This is the Old Testament walkthrough by John
And Monica.
In the beginning, there was 4 parts. Creation, fall,
Flood and Babel.
We're going to start off in the Persian Gulf, which is right next to the city of Ur, where we have the salt of the earth. Sarah, Abraham, Lot, and Terah. And they decide they're going to travel between the Tigris and the Euphrates. And they end up in the city of Haran. But unfortunately, Terah dies. So they decide they're going to travel across the Fertile Crescent, down the Sea of Galilee, down the Jordan River, and the Dead Sea, which is between Palestine and the Mediterranean. At this point, Abraham has the eyes of faith, and God gives him 2 sons. And those sons' names both start with I, Ishmael and Isaac. Then Isaac has 2 sons, and their names are Harry, or Esau, who is Harry, and Jacob, who is smooth. Jacob ends up having 12 sons and 1 daughter, who is
someone's in the kitchen with
Dinah. American reference. And then the son that we're going to pay attention to is Jacob. That is Joseph, actually. And there he is. But he gets sold into slavery and gets sent off to Egypt, where he remains for 400 years. Then God brings up a deliverer, Moses. And Moses says, "Let my people go." And the Pharaoh says,
no.
so then there's 10 dangerous plagues. Then finally, Pharaoh says, okay, go. Oh. So then Moses needs to get back in position, goes across the Red Sea, out to Mount Sinai, he makes a sharp right turn, where he gets the law, which is being delivered right here. And on that law, there's 3 types of law.
3 types.
So there is civil, marital,
No.
ceremonial,
Civil, ceremonial,
and moral.
and moral.
Then they travel up to Kadesh Barnea, just somewhere over here. And he sends out 12 spies. No, that's not, those aren't the spies. Spies. And 2 of those spies, who were Kyle and John, or Caleb and
Joshua.
say yes, but the other 10 say no.
No.
So they end up in
The desert.
wandering the desert.
No, that's right.
Wandering the desert for 40 years. But they get fed with manna and quail. Oh gosh. Then Caleb and Joshua and Moses travel up to the top of the Dead Sea, where Moses delivers 3 long
sermons.
and then
He dies. Alright, at this point, Joshua is raised up and he is a 5-star general. He then crosses the Jordan River and he is there to take down the wall of Jericho in the city of Ai. His plan is to divide and conquer, first starting with the north and then with the south. This conquest takes 7 years, and then the land is divided into 12 different tribes. All right. Next brings us to the period of Judges, which lasts 400 years. God never wanted us to have kings, only judges. 4 of the more important judges were Samson, Deborah, Gideon, my personal favorite, and Samuel.
last.
Samuel is the last of the judges and the first of the prophets.
Yep.
Good job, Samuel. This brings us to the period of the up and down, where every man did what was right in his own eyes. Then came the era of the kings, and people kept looking around. First king is Saul. He was not a good king.
Nope.
The second king, David, and then the third king, Solomon. So there we have our safety data sheets. Each reigned for 40 years for a total of 120 years. After Solomon dies, the nation Israel
becomes the north, and Judah becomes the south. This doesn't exist. And then
the date of that split
was 931 BC.